Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center here to congratulate you on your Catalina Summit Series 154 RBX travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things to take into consideration when you're parking. On your campsite, I want you to leave plenty of room for this awning. On your off campsite, no slide to worry about, but I want you to think about where your power and water connection is going to be. Your power is going to be on this rear corner, and then your water is going to be just above your tire. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive and unhook our hitch, first thing we're going to do is level our unit. The unit comes with a hand crank to the right for up, to the left for down. Get your unit level. Once you got unit level, next thing we're going to do is lay down our stabilizing jacks. Your unit just has rear stabilizing jacks, one on each corner here, 3/4 inch hand crank. You can use a drill gun. Impact driver preferably not use. You don't want to loosen this nut up in here. But run these down, and I recommend getting the stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of these from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Sometimes they'll sink into that. Get you a pair of them from the store with your 10% off coupon. Crank these down just until they're taut. Once you feel like you've got some resistance on here and it's going to start lifting the unit, stop. Because remember, our unit's already level. All we're trying to do at that point is stabilize it. So get both of those down, one on each side. Once you got unit level and stable, we're going to go ahead and hook up our power and water. I got a big long 30 amp cord on here. These are our pistol grip. So they'll go in, say, at about 11 o'clock, turn it to noon, put on your black washer, you're all locked in for power. Now at the end of this 30 amp service, should you ever need to plug into a 110, in your convenience pack would be a 30 to 15 amp reducer, so you can plug into a 110. Get your power hooked up, let's hook up your water. At campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, a water pressure regulator. Water pressure regulator like this is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook it up, hook up your hose. Don't turn your hose on yet. One more step. Find your hot water heater. There it is. At this point, all we're doing is make sure our drain plug's back in there. Throw some plumber's tape around that, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Get that in there nice and snug. Then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Go inside, open up all of your water lines, water taps, get a nice steady flow of water going through them, shut them off, and you're all set to camp. Now let's say we're going to go dry camping. In that case, we're going to fill up our freshwater tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply gravity fill this with a hose. Two ways to tell it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or two on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. There's also a freshwater button. Keep an eye on that while you're filling it up. Once it is full, remove that hose, put your cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize that, you'll turn on your water pump indoors. I'll show you that when we get in there. Don't turn on your water pump and hook to city water. It's already pressurized. Only we need to get this out of here. All right, we're all set up with power and water. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit. Continuing here on your off camp side. Again, hot water heater, freshwater drain underneath here, or freshwater tank. Underneath here is going to be our freshwater drain, and then our low point drains. Black tank flush. We'll talk about that when we dump our black and gray tanks. This is a vent for your range inside, hood vent. Again, our black and gray tanks here. Here's where you plug in cable at the campsites. Again, your power. Prep for a Lippert ladder that you can buy to get on these. I recommend getting one, go up there, check the seams of your roof a couple times a year, and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. Or find another way to get up there. If you're prepped for a backup camera as well from Furion, a device you can purchase from our store. One part will clip on here, the other part will clip set on the dash of your tow vehicle, giving you a backup camera for the unit. Over here in your awning, you do have a pitch control if you need. Just loosen this up, pull this forward, that'll tilt this, and maybe a light rain to keep the rain away, but they're really for shade. not recommended for rainstorms or high winds. So bring them in under those circumstances. They're great for shade though. Got a leash length, you got a pet, put them on there. You got our stabilizing jacks, outdoor speaker, marine grade there. It's a flue for your furnace. A couple things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. And if you're running your furnace, steer clear of it. It does get really hot, which adds some heat to your little camp area here if it's still chilly outside, but careful. There's also bug guards you can buy to put on those. A couple of 110s out here in case you want to bring a TV or a crock pot out here to cook. You got LED lights that have a remote control. You can change them to pretty much any color you want. Up here is your propane. Is on a regulator. Again, check your battery post every now and then. Make sure nothing's wiggled loose. And there's your battery disconnect. Coming up beside the unit, first thing I want to point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of emergency. Over here, as we come in, is going to be our control panel. Another thing I want to mention on your awning here, your door can't be past 90 degrees, otherwise we're going to hit that awning there. So keep that nice and straight. Don't go past that when bringing that awning in and out. One control on here. I'm going to go ahead and bring that in. Again, only run that out until you can see that flap fall down and you can see your bar. Otherwise, if you hold that extension down, that will run itself out past the point of the end, flip up onto itself and start running itself up backwards. It doesn't hurt it, but it's not good to do, so keep an eye on it when you're running out. Make sure you don't run it out further than you need to. Alright, run that in. There's where you check the levels of your tanks. There's that freshwater tank I said to keep an eye on when you're filling your fresh water. There's your battery. Here's where you can connect your Bluetooth. There's your fault for DSI. Interior, exterior lighting. Here's where you turn on the water pump to get to that fresh water. Here's where you turn on your water heater. JBL sound system. Crank that up. Turn the volume up. So zone A is going to be outdoors. Shut that off. Zone B for indoors. AM, FM, optical, auxiliary, Bluetooth. Nice sound system. There's a remote for that over on the counter as well. Shut that off. A couple of 110s here. There's your television. Make sure when you get to campsites and hook up a cable antenna here that you have that red light on. That's going to be your antenna. Well, that's going to be our thermostat. Crank the heat up. There's our heat turn down here. Shut that off. You'll notice when I shut off the furnace that it takes a few minutes for the fan to cycle through before it actually shuts off. Underneath our seating here is going to be our 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention that's 12 volt, that is always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping and you're going to be gone for the day, use that battery disconnect up front to keep this from running your battery down. Over here we got a couple of 30s, handful of 15s, a couple of 40s. There's all your fuses. Here's your breakers. Coming back into the bathroom, you got one-touch lighting here. You've got a hand crank open power exhaust vent here. 110 with GFCI reset. Your toilet, when you arrive, give it a couple flushes. Put some water in your black tank on your first trip. Your black tank will thank you later. Coming out, we got a 2-burner cooker. Simply turn it to high, push it, spark. There's some lights for your. You need gas in this to do that. Your microwave here, pretty much self-explanatory. A fan and a light here. A couple storage bins. All your remotes, television, our LED lights out front and our sound system. Our fridge controls are in the back there. You do have some paperwork up here. Go in there, file anything you need with manufacturers, with appliances, etc. Smoke alarm, and up here's your AC. It's just going to run off this fan right here. Quick dump on these as well. Cooler over here. Lighting there. Let me show you how to turn your sofa into a bed. Start by putting up a cup holder, jackknifing our sofa down. Unlock, and down everything comes. Just that quickly, you get your sleeping quarters. Put it back. Lift and lock. Put your sofa back up. 110s charging ports. Accent lighting here. About covers everything in here. It's act like we're going to leave the campsite and close the unit up. I like to start by just shutting off my interior lights. Then I can see any other lighting that's on. Has to be shut off by hand. Bathroom's off. Make sure our vent is closed. Come back out here. Turn on my interior lights from here. Now we're going to walk around. I like to say doors and drawers. Walk around your unit. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Secure down your chairs. Shut off my interior lights and exit the unit. Now before we leave the dump station, we're going to lock and deadbolt this door. Fold our steps up. If we are out dry camping, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks. We're going to get up underneath here. Dump our fresh water drain. Hook up our hitch and head on home or to the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. If we are out camping at a campsite, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks, unhook our power, our water, our cable, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. Now, the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump's going to be right behind your tires and your off-camp side. You got a 10-foot hose, comes with your convenience pack. We're going to hook that up and we're going to pull that black handle. Once that sounds like it's no longer draining, go inside, check the level of your black tank. If it shows empty, you're pretty close to it. Come back out here. Leave that black handle open. Again, leave that black handle open. Grab the hose at the dump station. Hook it up here and turn that on for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, close that up. Make sure all that washout that you just put in there has drained. And then close your black and pull your gray. That's going to be cleaner water as your sinks and your showers. Usually while my gray tanks are draining, I'll come over here and dump my low point drains. If we're done camping for the season, you don't want to leave stagnant water in your hot water heater. Come over here. We're going to lift up on this pressure release valve. Be careful, hot water is going to come out of there. You can lock it and get out of the way. Make sure you push that back down, otherwise your door is not going to close. And then you can pull your drain plug for your residual hot water. Also, while I'm in here, if your hot water heater doesn't seem to be working, look to see if either one of these are bubbled up. There are reset buttons. Just simply press them back in. It can be tricky to line up sometimes. Alright, once our gray tanks are done, we're going to close that gray tank, take that sewage hose, and conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in the bumper and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this summit for many years to come. Happy camping.